One man's trash is another man's treasure, but I know that I like your stuff better than mine. When necklaces get tangled and socks go missing, is it time well spent if I'm trying to fix it? And I feel a little discombobulated. I feel that my point of view is shaded, and maybe that's exactly what the world needs. Where do I start? Probably with an open heart. Don't know your icon unless you're standing in the sunlight. Maybe there's a reason that we only meet at night. Know me for my merit, not my novelty, 'cause I'm self-destructive sometimes. We can all get caught in the grind. And I feel a little discombobulated. I feel that my point of view is shaded, and maybe that's exactly what the world needs. Where do I start? Probably with an open heart. Where do I start? 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 And I feel a little discombobulated. I feel that my point of view is shaded, and maybe that's exactly what the world needs. Where do I start? Probably with an open heart.
Welcome back to another episode of What's the Business with your host with the most, yours truly, Soul Cole, live right here from Hermosa Beach, California's own Studio 637. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we just finished watching an incredible music video shot and produced out of this fantastic facility. We have somewhat of a hybrid episode, if you want to call it that. We're throwing you a little bit of a change up on this episode of What's the Business. You're going to see not one, not two, but three different music videos throughout today's episode. And we are also going to welcome right now our first guest on today's show, our spotlighted guest, if you will, who owns this magnificent facility but has his hands in not one, not two, not three, but four businesses. That's right, we are interviewing somebody today on four different elements of what truly is the business in the world of featured guest today, Chuck Wilson. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome Chuck Wilson onto the show.
Thank you, everybody.
How are you doing today, sir?
Good, Rob.
It's good to see you. I like your shirt, man. You're styling, looking very California. It's late summer. It is hot as you know what out here, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a witches in this, yeah.
As a witch's titty, we can say it. It's all right.
That's
We're online.
YouTube,
We're
right?
online. At what FCC? Who FCC? What does that mean? Now, let me just check my facts and figures here, if I'm not mistaken. Now, not only are you the owner and the founder of Studio 637,
Yes, I am.
right here on Cypress in Hermosa Beach, you also own a racing company, do you not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You also own a line of guitars and amps.
Yep.
Bootlegger, if I'm not mistaken. Look at these gorgeous instruments over here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hear something in just a minute. But you also are one of the premier real estate agents in the South Bay and own a real estate firm right here in the South Bay area, correct?
You got it.
4 different elements truly exemplifying what's the business. Would you please, if you would, sir, indulge us a little bit more about all 4 of these businesses that you are the proud owner of. What's the business, Chuck?
Well, let's see. Got into real estate back as a young man, about 21, and I just found it was a career I loved. I loved the freedom and the meeting people and helping people, doing what they need to get done. So that's always been kind of what I do and who I am.
Okay.
As far as professional life, but it doesn't satisfy the other kind of screwy part of me.
Okay.
I like.
We all got that little screw that's loose, just a little.
A little bit. I like, I love being successful. I love helping people, but I still need other things to kind of float my boat.
Indeed.
So I've always been a musician. I love the blues, and music has been a big part of my life. And opening the studio was just kind of a real unique venture for me, man. I just wanted to build something that we could create out of. Being more of a nuts and bolts, real estate, transaction, negotiation guy, being a part of music and video production and making these cool shows and stuff, I guess it fulfills something in me that I didn't even know I had, but since I've opened the studio, I just loved it, man, being a part of all this stuff.
Fantastic.
We have musicians through here, local musicians, international musicians on, any day we're doing just like nutty stuff, man.
Hey,
Nothing's
that's fantastic.
better than this either.
I wouldn't want to do the show anywhere else.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else, people.
I got my staff is amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Some of the best I've ever encountered.
Yeah, man, everybody that's here working.
Shout out to all the staff of Studio 637, audio, video, and everybody in between, production-wise, and of course, everybody.
So I pretty much learned to just back off and let them run it because they're all educated, they're all schooled, they all know what they're doing, they're passionate, and I let them do it.
But you also share an affinity for adrenaline like myself because you own a racing company, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That would be Dirty Racing Products.
Dirty Racing.
Dirty Racing Products. Started out as Old Dirty Racing.
Okay. Old Dirty.
Sure, because I'm Old Dirty in the racing world.
Okay.
I got introduced years ago to the sport of rally racing.
Okay.
Which is this stupid European sport where basically, I think a couple guys were just sitting around saying, we can race to the top of that mountain and back, faster than you. So I think around beers they just started making bets that who could literally run these roads the fastest.
Absolutely.
Right. So rally,
no holds barred.
No holds barred. So rally racing has turned into a sport now that's on ESPN, the X Games, and it's becoming more and more known in America. It's huge in Europe, the WRC, the World Rally Challenge, right?
Indeed.
So basically it's just, you have stages where they could be like 5 to 20, 30 miles long, and it's simply you start and stop, and they're typically unknown roads, like you could be my co-driver, I'm the driver, and you're giving me the terminology of the road that I've never seen.
Is this your way of inviting me into a rally car right now
sure,
on
man.
the show? Is this what's happening right now?
Usually I have to put a couple like diapers down on the seats.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Because people get in the car with me and they start kind of realizing what it is, right? But you're welcome.
I never thought I would have to wear Depends in my early 30s, ladies and gentlemen, but that might be a venture where I would have no problem doing
like
that.
a little droll cup too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
And everything. Yeah.
Just strap some Kleenex right to my face.
There you go,
duct
man.
tape.
I do it sometimes. So basically, it's day and night. 1 to 3 day events. They may have 20, 30 stages. Some are like 300 to 400 miles long.
Right.
And it's just everything's added up, and it's who's the fastest.
Right
so
on,
we're
man.
running on, can be pretty dangerous roads, between like 80 to 140 miles an hour. It's pretty much where drifting came from.
Absolutely.
Because it's the art of throwing a car out of control, like through turns and stuff on dirt roads, to just basically get through the turns as fast as you can. Yeah, man. Exactly.
Well, before we get any further into all 4 of these amazing businesses that our guest Chuck Wilson has his hand in, we actually, as you know, I was talking to you before we got on set here about our beautiful on-set celebrity mixologist, the one and only sultry Sara, who's here with us every episode of What's the Business, and I believe she is over there at her bar crafting something very special for you. So without further ado, let me throw it over right now to the one and only sultry Sara. What's the business?
Thank you, Soul Cole, and what's the business? My business today is making an amazing cocktail for the one and only owner of Studio 637 right here at Cypress and 6th Street in Hermosa Beach. We love this guy. He loves guitars. He loves whiskey. Bootlegger's Guitars is what he also does, besides owning this amazing property. So today I'm making what I'm calling the Gentleman. It's kind of a cross between an old-fashioned and a Manhattan. My favorite thing to use in an old-fashioned is the one and only Luxardo cherries. They're phenomenal. They're not the, don't want to say cheapy kind of maraschino cherries. These are legit. So what I do is I'm going to take one of these. Oh, so delicious. And instead of using an orange or anything like that, I love Tangelos because it's kind of a little sweeter. It's a, breed between tangerine and orange. I'm gonna take that. We're going to muddle. Get that nice thick cherry juice, and that color is gonna be fantastic. There you go. And because it is called the Gentleman, I'm actually using Gentleman Jack because I'm from Tennessee and we stick with our Tennessee whiskey. So 2 ounces of that. That's a lot of whiskey. And a little bit of sweet vermouth. Normally, if I make a Manhattan, I like to do perfect style, which is sweet and dry. But today, since we're doing a crossbreed of an old-fashioned and Manhattan, I'm just gonna stick with the sweet. So we're going to shake this over ice. Get a nice big chunk in there. And pour it up. Look at that color, it's fantastic. And if you choose to garnish it with an orange slice, tangelo, whatever, but this is beautiful. So let's bring this over. The Gentleman.
Hello, ladies.
Hello. This is
Thank you,
the
lovely.
business. Oh, look at that. So this is the
Why,
Gentleman.
thank you, sir. Cheers.
Cheers.
The Gentleman. For our gentleman here. Now, I heard from Sultry Sara that this might put you in quite the bluesy mood, because not only do you have a company that manufactures gorgeous guitars and amplifiers, but you play yourself, do you not?
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, let's cheers. Let's have a sip of the Gentleman here, provided to us by Sultry Sara, and see if it doesn't put you in a bluesy mood to possibly rip a little bit for us. Can you do that?
It is whiskey, right? You got it.
Alrighty.
That should work.
Oh, that's gentlemanly.
Woo!
Oh, yes.
Wait a minute.
Oh wow, he's going for it.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah?
I kind
How
of
was
got that bluesy feeling
You
on
feeling
now.
bluesy? Now, she is somewhat of an authority, are you not, Sultry Sara?
I am.
You know
I
about
am.
the blues.
Being from Memphis.
Memphis, Tennessee,
I need to
ladies
hear
and
this.
gentlemen.
I need to hear this.
Okay. Well, there's kind of, there's the old traditional blues, which is a little bit more. I'm on Cole Show.
What's the business? Brothers, Now those sound like some great instruments, ladies and gentlemen. Bootlegger is the company. Now, tell me a little bit, since we already have your fantastic product here, and you are displaying the quality and the sound that comes from both the Bootlegger guitar line and amplifier line that are part of the company now as well.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit about Bootlegger, how that got started.
Yeah, knowing a lot of musicians and of course being part of the studio, that I wanted to bring back the vintage feel and vintage vibe of guitars and tube amps. So we could go back and create some of those sounds that we've lost with the digital age.
Right.
So, for example, this is the single barrel custom guitar, and I love the body and the shape. It's something reminiscent of something more out of like the 50s or the 60s than your more contemporary guitars today, which are wonderful guitars, but I just wanted to bring back some of these styles that have kind of been lost through time. So the guitars are all vintage blues styled. The amp, this is a 30-watt tube amp.
Okay.
So it's very much a throwback to the days when I was a young man buying amps and guitars.
Okay.
And it's got that great natural tube grit and tone. So for me, it's all about just recreating the sounds from the blues in the past.
Now, how long has Bootlegger been around? How long have you had this company up and running? And let us know, really, what is the longevity of the business with Bootlegger?
Yeah, Bootlegger guitar and amps, I think we're into our second year.
Okay.
And we're really pleased. When I start something like this, I don't really have a real business plan or like a set plan of what I need to see happen. We just started designing guitars and amps and threw them out there. This amp has already been picked up by Z Sounds and AMS, which are two major internet stores for guitar products.
Very nice.
So yeah, we're really proud that it's been that well received. And the guitars are being sold. We have an artist, Alex Cole, that's from Italy, and he's representing the guitars there.
Molto bene, molto bene.
You got it. So we are actually starting to get a, kind of a worldwide presence. But I pretty much figure this is 3 to 5 years. This is not,
right.
You don't just start developing guitars and amps and have an immediate following.
Absolutely.
It takes time. So
Absolutely.
we're in it for the long run.
All right, very nice. And now let me check on something else here that I believe, and let me know if my research is correct or not. Is there or is there not a theme of some sort behind the name to each model?
Absolutely.
In the Bootlegger line?
Absolutely, bro.
What's the business with this name theme of each model?
Well, Bootlegger speaks for itself.
Well, hey.
Right. I was pretty surprised that Bootlegger guitars wasn't already taken. For me, it was kind of my way of looking at the South and the heritage of racing, which is my passion as well as music. So I found out Bootlegger was available, and out of that, the names of the guitars all come from either whiskey related or blues related names.
Very nice.
And we're going to continue with that. This is the single barrel whiskey. That would be the Deluxe. We have the Manhattan, and we have the Hounder, which is a takeoff of the old Hound Dog guitar. So the names are either blues or whiskey related.
All right, fantastic. And what is the website for Bootlegger?
Bootleggerguitar.com.
Visit bootleggerguitar.com, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to break here for just a couple quick messages, but I will be back with this week's in-studio guest, the one and only, the amazing, the multi-talented in the business world, Chuck Wilson is here hanging out on What's the Business with Soul Cole. Keep it locked and we'll be right back after these brief messages here on What's the Business.
I feel so bad. I'm misery. Help me out somebody.
California, Hermosa Beach is a place to be. Take a stroll down the strand with me. You'll be amazed what your eyes will see. Beach volleyball with your friends today. Heart is in bikinis, sweating away. Soaking up the sun, it's a beautiful day. Living the beach life day to day, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California. Surfers on the water, catching a break, on the lookout for that perfect wave. Skaters all around, rum in the streets, Hermosa Avenue to Manhattan Beach. We got live music all year around. Sundays reggae at the Lighthouse, Friday at Malloy's Wise down. Chris Hanna's got the Stingray crowd, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California, oh yeah. Oh, 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 oh yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Trench Town Band, they be rocking the house. From St. Rock to the House of Blues, Hermosa's finest is where we at. Just like Jeremy Bach and the band. If you don't know, well now you know. If you wanna dance, we've got DJs at Sharky's, Waterman's, Ocean Bar, Shores and Boogaloos not too far, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach in California. Hermosa, Hermosa, yeah. Hermosa, Hermosa, ooh yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach, yeah, in California, ooh yeah. Welcome to Hermosa, the best little beach, yeah, in California, yeah. Welcome to Hermosa.
Welcome back to What's the Business, ladies and gentlemen. How great was that to once again get to enjoy the experience that is the brand new music video for Welcome to Hermosa from our good friend Wise 100 Doors, who was just here last week in the studio playing live and shared that video with us for our Labor Day weekend special. But this week I'm in the house with the one and only, the amazing Chuck Wilson. We already talked about his fantastic line, Bootlegger Guitars. Visit bootleggerguitars.com, please, and check that out. They're also available online, multiple online retailers. And let's get into the other businesses that you are involved in, because you are quite the busy guy. Like we said earlier, not only the guitars, but racing is a passion of yours. We touched on it a little bit in the beginning portion of the episode. Talk to me about Dirty Racing, originally Old Dirty Racing. What's the business with Dirty Racing? Chuck Wilson.
Thank you. I got involved in rally racing about 10 years ago now.
Okay.
And we started off doing just rally crosses, which were small versions of rallies, and I just fell in love with it. It just became something that I couldn't give up. So I moved with some friends of mine up into the full rally performance races throughout pretty much the western U.S., and I had some early success, surprisingly. I mean, we were really doing well, holding our own against some pro teams. And I got approached by Lucas Oil, and they decided to help sponsor us.
Okay. And
that was maybe 6-7 years ago, and they've been with us every year since.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And Lucas Oil helped me to get involved with Tim O'Neill's school in New England, which is a performance rally school that Travis Pastrana and Ken Block and all the major drivers attend to, who I race against. And I brought my son Rick Wilson to that school, and he fell in love with it like me. So that turned into, within a year, we decided to open up a shop in Green Cove Springs, Florida, because in Green Cove in northern Florida, I like to call redneck Florida.
Hey, the redneck Riviera.
You got it.
We all know about northern Florida.
You got
Shout
it.
out to all my people in Florida. Much love.
Love it. I'm out there a lot. It's my second home now.
West Coast to the East Coast. Soul Call. I got love for everybody cross country.
You got it.
What's the business?
So everybody out there in Green Cove, hello. I love it out there, and the freedom out there to do what we wanted to do was the reason we wanted to build our shop there. Because
Right.
they don't have all the restrictions you have here, right?
Right.
So the shop now is Dirty Racing Products, or DirtyRacingProducts.com. Kind of an interesting name for a race car shop, but we both build their rally race cars and hot rods and different cool product, but we also design parts for rally cars and Subaru cars.
Okay.
So that's where the products come from.
Very nice.
So you can check us out. It's basically it's a race shop.
Okay.
And within a couple mile radius of the shop, there's a drag strip, there's a racetrack. A couple miles down the road, there's a rally facility for off-road racing and mudding, which is my new sport.
Really?
Mudding.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I mean, if you spend any time up in the Redneck Riviera, you're going to know all about some mud.
Mudding's pretty
tell you
cool.
what.
So I go down there, we work.
Various parts of the South as well. I don't mean to leave out anybody because there's mudding all over the southeastern part of the United States, I'm pretty sure.
Nothing better than a six-pack and mudding, you know. And also I go down there, I go shrimping. I love it, man. I go shrimping.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. Now, you are also involved heavily in the real estate game in and around the South Bay.
Yep.
Talk to me. We had one top realtor in the South Bay early on in the first episodes of What's the Business. Now I'm fortunate enough to have another one of the top real estate agents and an owner, no less, of a real estate agency here in the South Bay
Yep.
in Chuck Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. So talk to me about your hand in the real estate game.
Yeah.
What's the business?
Thank you, brother. It's Real Estate of South Bay. It's a small local Hermosa Beach South Bay company. My wife and I have both been in the business now for like 35 years plus. It's been what we've done our whole life. And it's just second nature to us.
That's somewhat of a legacy, I would say.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, is it not?
Yeah. And,
Indeed.
it's we love helping people, and it's something you've done your whole life. You just enjoy doing it, right?
Indeed.
So I didn't know I would dig it this long, but the energy flow's still there. So we still have people calling us to help us, and we do it. So
And they can check you out online, I'm assuming, somewhere?
absolutely. You can just Chuck Wilson or Mary Stansberry, Google us, or just go to realestateofsouthbay.com,
realestateofsouthbay.com.
and we're there.
And to round out all the things this man does, because he truly, like I said before, is the epitome of what's the business, owning 4 different businesses of his own. The last that we want to touch on as we sit here in this magnificent facility, which is Studio 637.
Thank you, brother.
Check out studio637.com online, and you can see all kinds of things that have been produced out of this facility, and you shoot on location as well.
Yep.
Talk to people just a little bit about how this place came about and the extent of the services available to anybody like myself who wants to get involved business-wise with Studio 637, owned by our guest today, Chuck Wilson.
All right.
What's the business?
Okay, a quick story.
Quick story.
Quick story is building came for sale. Being a real estate broker, wanted to buy it. Loved Cypress. Bought the building. I went to the city to see all the possible permit uses, and it was auto shop. So initially, I thought it's a perfect spot for my race car
Indeed.
development. But then we put that in Florida at the same time, so we decided to do that. I went down the list. The second part was pharmaceutical facility.
Okay.
So I figured no matter what happens, I got that to back up on.
Okay.
All right. And then at the bottom of the line was video audio production studio. So I thought immediately, I've always played around with the software and computers and recording myself and friends, so I decided to build an audio video facility. Didn't expect it to grow to this extent. I think it's my competitive nature. So we built it, and then I just started finding the right pieces and the right people. And then the next thing I decided to do was create something that Hermosa Beach needs. That's not, that's not it's a cool thing to have, I'm having fun with it, but a complete professional source for audio, video, and live stream production.
Fantastic.
So
And you offer all of those services.
we offer all.
I know
those
you have shot
services.
many music videos out of
Absolutely.
here. Now you guys shoot on location.
Yes.
All over the place.
Yep. And I'm not the guy doing it. My staff is very talented.
Right. Again, shout out to the entire Studio 637 staff.
Yeah, I'm not. I just enjoy being a part of it, and it's a great team. I think I found out, like with racing in the studio, I really enjoy the young people that I get to. I have 4 sons, and I always enjoyed having that in my life.
Right.
So the studio's full of like a bunch of young, talented people, but we kick ass. I mean,
Absolutely.
we do things that
100.
and that's my competitive nature. I mean, I instill that in here that everything we do has to be, if not brilliant, damn close to it, and that we want to just succeed and blow people away with our art.
Fantastic. Well, Chuck Wilson, it is nothing short of inspirational to have somebody like you on our show, really to inspire and to really enlighten young entrepreneurs, young people who want to start business or businesses, plural, of their own. Thank you so much for being on the show today. It has just been an absolute honor. And let's
Thank you for the drink.
Oh, yes. Shout out to Sultry Sarah as well for the gentleman. This was quite the tasty beverage, handcrafted specifically for this man right here. And to take us out, since we've focused last but not least on Studio 637 of all of Chuck's 4 businesses he owns, why don't we end today's episode with one more music video, another stellar production out of Studio 637. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host with the most, Soul Cole, signing off for another episode of What's the Business. Make sure every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, you tune in to the Soul Cole YouTube channel. That's where I cleverly hid it. Yes, exactly. Cleverly hid it under the title Soul Cole. YouTube.com/SOULCOLE, the number 4, SHO, every Saturday, 2 o'clock Pacific for new episodes. We're out of here. Check out this music video produced by Studio 637. We go! Peace!
Yo, what up? This is your boy once again, J-Boog and Hot Rain in the building. And the song's called Mystery. Something to move and groove to, yeah. Oh, yeah. Never knew a love that made me feel the way you do. Remember talking it up until the morning dew. And never knew that this can get so far. Loving the taking back from the top like a yacht. Can't get over all them little things that you do. Special kind of rapping make me wind up the mood, boy. Whoa, girl, you done did it now. I'm about to flip it up and break your body down, yes.
She's a mystery.
Oh,
She only love me when she tipsy.
ooh, baby.
And we're sipping on Tennessee whiskey. Ooh.
That's the only time that I feel like she miss me. When she's sober again, she had this me,
So
yeah.
acting like she don't wanna come over.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Pulling in the driveway in a Rover. Ooh.
Driving me so crazy like a chauffeur. Then she start to jump on. Thought I was in love until she came up on the scene. Now infatuation's got me feeling like a fiend. Staying up late, waiting all night long. Can't wait to see your face walking through my door. What the hell is up? There's a change in your attitude. Need some serious help and sign up for counsel too now. Knew that it would come to this time. Fully recovered, saying the same old
She's a
line.
mystery.
Yeah.
She only love me when she tipsy.
Oh.
When we're sipping on Tennessee whiskey. Ooh.
That's the only time that I feel like she miss me. When she's sober again, she had this me, yeah.
Acting like she don't wanna come over.
Oh,
Pulling in the driveway in a Rover. Ooh.
driving me so crazy like a chauffeur. Then she start to jump on. Now she back in love and we waving our crystal glass. She say you with me forever, don't know if it'll last. Oh, don't wanna go spoiling the mood. Make sure I have plenty liquids, keep her feeling cool. Bottle after bottle is getting empty by the ounce. Slowly sobering up and our buzz is going down. No, knew that it would come to this time. Fully recovered, saying the same old
She's a
lines.
mystery.
Yeah.
She only love me when she tipsy.
Oh,
When
yeah.
we're sipping on Tennessee whiskey. Ooh.
Driving me so crazy like a chauffeur. Then she start to jump on. Yeah, yeah.
Sober, acting like she don't wanna come over.
Oh, boy.
Pulling in my driveway in a Rover. Ooh.
Driving me so crazy like a chauffeur. Det är stopp för jumpa en bakom en sola, yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Thank you for having us over here. Big up. Yeah, man. Yo, what up? This is your boy J-Boog representing for Studio 637. We're down here in Hermosa Beach right now. All right? Bless up. Boom.